the deal, yo? My bad. I just got in. I was out with the family on a farm, and we got our horse riding lessons in, but we just got back. And it's first day of school tomorrow, so I gotta get them ready and all that stuff. Showers. You know the deal. Alright. Yeah, perfect. Nice to have you back, Goon. I haven't even looked at the charts. Let me just set everything up here the way I like it, and we'll do our breakdown. Damn, who's seen the Sean O'Malley fight? Man, Sugar Sean, that right hand is fucking killer. He's got like a weird motion to it where it like throws you off. He's been able to catch everybody with that. What a monster. Scary. He's scary. Yeah, what a fight. All right, let's see what's going on here. Daily close, more or less doji here, but at a support. 4 hours, come back to retest the lows, hasn't broken them, so I figure we gotta come up to grab more liquidity if we are to break the lows. These were interesting ranges back in February. We made a lot of money in February back in these ranges. We ran it up in February. So, in order for us to drive past 1885, or this area, 1885.255, we need to grab liquidity. So, if we need to grab liquidity, we need to come up to around 90, 99, 1900 areas to drive further. So, if that's going to happen, then we need to come up. How do we come up? We grab liquidity here at around 85 area, 86 area. So let's see if we can come down again and tap 85.2, 85 flat maybe, and then come up. So I will look for us to drive down and for some indication that bearish momentum is stalling. So, okay. Get this down, we get this, no bottom wick here. Then we'll look for buy positions as we get a bottom wick on the next candle. This will be a high quality position. For now, we wait. By the way, fellas, your mics and cameras are open. If you want to hop on, you can hop on. I'm very tired. Just got back. And I didn't even get on a horse. Who's in the house tonight? Alright, we got Lloyd. I mean, this is a pretty big range here, right? This is 50 pips down. It'll be interesting if this 1 hour flips, comes back down. Yeah, what I'm looking at is a bearish closure on this 30 in about 6 minutes, in about 5 minutes. This fucking mosquito over here. Yep. About to get clapped, dog. Yeah, almost pulled a fucking Hemi or something. Shit flew right by my peripheral. I'm gonna do you like fucking I'm gonna do you like Sugar Sean did. What's his name? Be UFC 342 up in here. Yeah, we might have to wait on the hourly closer. We need an hourly close. A bearish hourly close. Or a weak bullish to stay below here. If it does that, maybe the top wick on the next hourly. It's a little tough here because on the next hourly, now that 4 hour is going to close bullish here. And this is a strong support. You might see a bottom wick. Oh, that's what it would be, right? That drive down here, that would be the bottom wick on the 4 hour. So that would all fall in line. Let's see if we could stay below here. But you see how the 4 hour, even if you close bullish here, it would need to come down to 1885 to then drive up. It's gonna have to create a bottom wick and grab liquidity. Next 4 hour might just, wick down into here and drive up. So if we know we got to come down here to these areas, how can we jump on? Three minutes here. Maybe that was it. Maybe this was the retest right here. This area. But we can't take these buys till we get a really steep bottom wick. I can't take sells until we hold resistance. And we have not established the resistance yet, unless this candle comes back down and flips. Oh damn, there's a whole bunch of people in there. Bad. It is raining outside though. Yo, how about that? As soon as you said that, I just heard it stop pouring. I hear it on the window. I got no weed outside. Nope. Nothing in the ashtray. You know, that'd be a waste of weed. Chat, it might be a bottom wick on the next hour. Next hourly close. 30 closed above here with no top wick. And the previous hourly had no top wick. We might see a top wick here and come down. Okay. It's a little tough, even though there's no top wick, it's a little tough to take the position here because the 4 hours coming to an end. If I saw that we had previously formed resistance and we're not closing on a 4 hour, be looking at the top wick sells here, expecting this to flip, but it's the second half of this hour, and it's the last 30 of the 4 hour candle, last hour. So let's wait for this to establish direction. Alright, packed house here. On the Zoom. Thank you for coming through. we take that on the 4 hour, right, as the retest now. Right, from the higher time frame, this has retested this area, rejected. Now we're going to come back up into these areas. If we're going to do that, you don't have to raise it. You can unmute yourself. It's the Sunday's unfiltered. You can unmute yourself and just talk over me if you want. But
Hey, Wix.
what's up, man? Let me just drop an idea. So if that's on the 4 hour, right? If we're retesting here, right there, those two boxes, and we're gonna come up, and the 4 hour will close bullish here in the next half hour, right? In the next 23 minutes, barring the 4 hour closing with no top wick, at which point we'll start looking for sell positions. But if the 4 hour does close bullish and with a top wick, I'm gonna look for wicks maybe into 1888, 1889 areas, right? Maybe even into here to drive up. So we might see the next candle break down here, right? And wick into these areas. But as long as we hold this, especially here on the higher time frame on the 5, that level across, see from this level, it just drives up here. So if during volume time, if we can hold this area and get a bottom wick, I think at that point, wait, let's go to the 30. Yeah, at that point, we'll start filling this and driving up. We just need to hold this area here on the smaller time frame and close above it on the higher time frame. So the hourly needs to close bullish here, like it is right now, in 18 minutes, and then the next hourly needs to give us a bottom wick to 1888. And you'll see just a few 5 minutes driving down, and then there's going to be an indication of it running out of steam, maybe a no bottom wick, maybe a doji candle, and then we'll look for a bottom wick to drive up, expecting the hourly at that point to flip bullish and drive up, fill the range. And the 4 hour, for that to be whatever the bottom wick is going to be, we're going to expect that to be the bottom wick on the new 4 hour, and continue driving up. Really tough part would be if it closes back down in range here and below, we might end up ranging for the session. What's up, man?
Hey, Wix, how are you?
Good. How are you?
It's all fine, thank you. Thank you for having us today. I just have a little question. I saw your video today about I believe, reading the candles. And if you can go a little bit deeper in reading candles and motion, that would be great, like the basics of it, and like basically
honestly,
what you are doing right now, but deeper. You know?
I'm reading candles from top down. So Don has a good video reading candles backwards. He breaks down how one candle relates to the other, and how, like, you know, the 4 15-minute candles will make up the hourly, and then there's 3 in that, 3 5-minute in that one, and then you have to understand how they move. But what we are looking for here is an establishment of resistance or support, right? So we have higher time frame areas. We've determined there's higher time frame area right there, and there's one right here, right? So now this forms a higher time frame. Support, resistance, this is a range, right? Now I zoomed out, I see what the zones are within that range, and I see what areas we can respect now on the hourly. Right, the 4 hour has established the range, support, resistance. So I know we're going to be in here. We got to break out of this range in order to drive. So we're going to have to get a closure outside this range to grab liquidity and then drive the other way, right? So if we're going to stay in this range until we get to a resistance or support, I'm going to play the range. So I'll drop down to the hourly. I'll find my resistance and support. So on the hourly, there's one right here, right? And there's one right here, right? Resistance, a support. I'll drop down to the 5. I'll see what the areas are. And my idea now is the hourly candles need to either respect or disrespect that area, and then I'll drop down to the 5. Or it doesn't need to be the hourly. Sometimes it's the 30, sometimes it's the 15. It's really what makes sense. But then once I see a support or resistance formed on the hourly or the 30 here, I'll drop down to the 5 and I'll start trading based off the support that was formed on the higher time frame. So if we close above 1890 here, right? 1890 flat. That's a 30-minute support, right? Look, we tend to drive off that area on the 30-minute. Right there, right here. So if we stay above here, right? This was a 30-minute support. If we stay above there, then I'm going to look for the 5-minute to run out of steam coming down and try to take that as an entry and have that be the bottom wick of the higher time frame candle for me to come up. But we need to close above this. I'm sorry, this wasn't a 30. This was an hourly area, see? The hourly needs to close above it. Once the hourly closes above it, we know we can drop down on the 5. And then how would you read that? You would read top wicks, no wicks, bottom wicks, right? Like the candle would have a meaning. Like if we on the next 5 and it has no bottom wick, right? If the next 5 does this, the next 5 here does this, right? And it doesn't, and closes with no bottom wick here, I'm gonna expect it to be respecting this. See this green candle right there? I'm gonna expect that to be the bottom wick, and you want to enter somewhere in here for this drive up, right? And that's going to be on the next hourly. You're going to need to tap those areas or even further down, maybe down here, right? Steep bottom wick, but you're going to need to see a smaller time frame run out of steam here, while the higher time frame respects the support over here above 1890. It takes a while for everything to start flowing together, but over time it will.
Yeah.
It's a large number of nuances, but they're not like extremely difficult to learn. Just a lot of them. And as a new trader, people tend to forget to like that you'll learn something and then like 2 weeks later you've learned something else, and a week later and like a month into it you've learned what you forget what you've learned initially, and you catch yourself not applying the concept that you've learned earlier because you've learned so much new stuff since then. It's like, fuck, damn, I already forgot that I had to use this as well. It's been months. I'm looking for us to respect this area, right? Do that here and come up. Because if we are to drive past here any further, we would need to grab liquidity somewhere up here, or even higher. There's also not much going on the news side of the spectrum, right? All right, we're in the last 15 of this 4 hours, so let's see how this works. We got 15 minutes to just kick it. See? Perfect. Look, the 5 closed with no bottom wick at our level. The issue here is just the 5, and it's the last 15 of the 4 hour. I'm sorry, that was a 15 close. That's nice. So it might come up. It's interesting. The hourly and the 4-hour close will be key.
Excuse me, UX.
What's up?
And do you also define like reading the candles respecting what you guys call the motion or where we at in the cycle? Like, does it make a difference?
So
And
you have a motion happening here as you've created. You just need steep bottom wick here, right? Because you've created support and you broke it, right? You create another support. Now you're above this area, so technically you can take a trade anywhere in here, right, going up. And if you're wrong, you have the ability to take another trade anywhere in here going up. And if it does break down here, candles will come up, grab liquidity from here to really mitigate it here. So it's reading. It's not just how candles close. A lot has to do with how candles close and open, how they form, but a lot has to do also with what price points you tap, right? If you came up here and bottomed out here, in order to go further, you probably need more liquidity, or at least come up and grab more orders there. And if it happens during volume time, if it happens during high volume time, during market open hours or news time, then you know your positions are going to drive. News is just going to increase volume, and it'll typically drive the market in the direction of price action.
perfect. Thank you for the answers. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's just wait for us to close above it, because if we close above here, the higher time frame is telling us, hey, now we had enough volume to actually close above this area, right? So if we have enough volume to close above this area, finally, now anything that drives down isn't really our move. Anything that drives down is just a pullback, and where we can look for entry to drive up. Our move isn't to move down. Our move here is to catch the pullback to drive up.
One last question, Wex.
No more.
No, I'm gonna light one, but if we can like ask this question.
What's up? Can you light one? Go for it.
Yeah, but after the question, I'm gonna light it. If it's I don't know about this question. It's a little bit stupid, but let's say we are in a buy position, and we will take a pineapple with the sell. Does it even possible that we take a pineapple but with a sell?
No, we'll never take two positions in opposite directions.
Okay, perfect.
It's like betting against yourself. Just close out the other one. But I'll typically, if I close out a position, it's very rare for me to enter another one right away. Typically, I have to redo my breakdown. But the only way that can happen is if you're taking a swing trade for sells, and then like every day, you're holding that for months, but every day you show up to scalp 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever it is, whatever pips you're getting. Yeah, trade the range for the session, but if you're on a swing, then that way you could be in two separate positions. But I would never do it on the same account. Honestly, I would have a separate account for swing trading and a separate account for my daily trades, for my scalping. All right.
Perfect, thank you.
Nice rejection. Maybe we'll stay above here. It's an interesting area. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm gonna back a bowl real quick. All packed. Amazing. That makes the 4-hour drive by so much quicker. Fly by. The 4-hour drive by. This is interesting. Because if we can close bearish or really weak bullish, respecting this hourly here. The 4-hour level there too. Want it below the 30. We'll redo our analysis once the 4 hour closes here. Seconds here. It looks like we're respecting the hourly right here.
Wix, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay.
Respecting the hourly, but not the overall. The overall would be below 89.54.
And they're the daily flip.
The daily flip? Oh. I wouldn't mind it flipping to come down and grab liquidity before it drives up. It should be on this 4 hour. Let's see how steep this 4 hour bottom wick will be. I want to break the previous 4 hour low. Close bullish here. Right, because we break the previous 4 hour low, you're looking for any indication of momentum running out here. That it? Did it break? Very tough here for me to take a buy with the 1 hour respecting and just no closures yet on the 5. Nothing showing me that it ran out of steam. Kind of get rid of this. Daily flip. Yeah, for me to take sells on the daily, I need to see closures below 85.25. Bro, previous 4-hour low here. I wanted to tap these areas. I want to come down here. Oh, 4-hour needs bottom wick, yeah, but thing is, daily might come down. Got a lot of room here. Clean range to the left. Needs to establish a support. If the 1 hour closes respecting this area, but we'd have to wait the entire hour. Then you could look for a bottom wick like this one on the next hourly, ideally somewhere in this area, and then between 10 and 11 trade it up, right? But you would need to see the higher time frame close with no bottom wick at that point, similar to what you had over here. Just the other way.
Oh.
4 hours said, forget the bottom work, I'm just gonna drive. Yeah, I'm still not convinced. I think once we break the daily low, I'm gonna start looking for the previous daily low. I'm gonna start looking for buys. Thinking around these areas, it could start showing some wick rejections, and if it does that, great.
Wix, is your bias bullish or bearish overall?
Bearish, but we're at a strong. We're at a strong, really strong support.
Yeah, the 4 hour.
So today, and the thing is, the daily closed doji, so you could. There's doji at a support, so there's my bias is more of a range than us driving anywhere. I think we're gonna range initially to begin the day, which is what it might be doing here. It might not break out of this little 20 pip range. We'll see. I just understand that for us to drive further down here, we're gonna need to come up and grab some more orders. Because if that wasn't the case, say if we didn't need to grab more orders, I don't think we would have respected here. We'll see. If we don't and break down, we'll see how it reacts right here. Either way, for me to take sells, I'd have to break this area. Right? We'd have to break down completely here. And then we'd have to see.
You're not going to sell into resist.
Yep. Anything, either a bullish closure or a wick up and a closure below, right? Bullish or bearish or doji, it doesn't matter. And that's when you know, all right, so we've established this as a resistance. So now you can wait for the candles to start wicking up. And as they start wicking up, right, you can take sell right here, respecting this, because you've respected this. That would be a high quality sell, because at that point, if you're wrong and it goes up, right, you're gonna have a wick coming down here before flipping. You know, even if you took a sell anywhere in here to come down, right, you're gonna have a wick wicking down like this in order, if you're wrong and you get a chance to get out. Yeah, this candle opened up and just straight came down, no entries. have going on here? This, this. I need this. Congrats on 15. Oh, shit. I didn't even realize. That's dope. We're at 15K subs. W's. Appreciate it. Yeah. It was like only yesterday we were at 14.99. But now we have 15,000.
It's closed below.
Move first 15 minutes. Oh, it's 4 hour. I was looking to this area to grab liquidity, but I need to see us establish a support, something. Let's see how the 30 closes. See what it does. Ah. Yeah, 5 closes here in a minute. Let's see if we can get a bottom wick here on the next 5. We might not. If we get a bottom wick on the next 5, I might look for an entry. It might pop. We might not even get it. Need a bottom wick here. Is that it? Oh, maybe a steeper wick? No? Ooh, one bottom wick here. Interesting with the one here. I'm gonna take a position here, chat, I think. Give me one sec. Let me measure this. I've closed here. I don't have an entry yet. I'm gonna look for this to re-break its own low, or this candle low, and then I'll look for an entry. So if this candle can re-break its own low, I'll take a buy. But right now we're just watching it drive up. If you guys took an entry, you can, but I'm gonna wait to grab a little bit of a better entry. You can drive up here, that's fine. It's really solid. Actually, with the expectations of the 4-hour flip here, give me a fucking better entry. Five-minute closing here. Let's see if the next 5 can give us a bottom wick, and we'll take a position on the next 5 bottom wick here. These fives are breaking its own low, but it's very late into the candle. 40 seconds left here. I want to respect this area now. All right, let's see if we get a bottom wick here. Is that it? We tap this area. I'm gonna take a buy right here. So I just took a buy right here. And we could come down for let me put the exact price I got on my terminal. $88851. Oof. That registered late. It was a late one. Yeah, my terminal entered me at 5-1. Now, for stops. Yeah. All right, I'm looking for this 4-hour to flip, the hourly to flip, and if we are wrong and this comes down, we're gonna look for the top wick of the next hourly. Very simple. The 15 closed here with no bottom wick. The 30 is about to close. It might close doji. Let's see how it closes. We got another minute. Ideally, we want to hold the 5-minute support right here at 87.68 and drive up. I got in 3 pips earlier, but oh well. We also have the advantage of the 4-hour not having top wick, right? And the previous 4 hours all respecting this area. So I don't doubt that there's no way we can come down to 85.25, but that'll be a good area for pineapples. But ideally we don't. Ideally, I don't want to. I just want it to drive straight up. But if it doesn't and we come down to that area, I'm gonna look for pineapples. $30 closes in 30 seconds. No bottom wick. You mean no bottom wick? Huh? Did we get a bottom wick here? Yeah. Slight one. Interesting here on the 30. It's not really, right? How big is that wick? It's a pip. Not much. Uh-oh, music's over. I would have liked for this 30 to come down first, make a bottom wick first. Because right now, all it might be doing is creating a top wick for its continuation, but we'll see. Let's see, maybe the hourly respects. Get rid of this. This was just an indication of where I'd like to take a position. The hourly looks way better here. Better than this damn 30. Looking like it's about to flip. Oh. Who's in the trade? Be honest.
I mean,
I waited for the 15-minute closure because it was hovering under the 1888.377.
Yeah. 15 still close respecting here, right? Close respecting this most recent area. So the hourly doesn't have a top wick. Next hourly should technically come up, make a top wick for it if it's going to drive down. And a 4 hour doesn't have a top wick after creating a support. Right? So overall, the higher time frames are telling us we have to come down, we have to come up. I think this is just our liquidity grab. Come up, not to come up to drive up, but to come up and fill the ranges, so it can decide whether it's going to drive up or down. Yeah, I would expect the 30 to come up here and flip bullish. It's just a little weird. 30 would close above support, right? And no top wick. I would expect this 30 to still come up and flip bullish. The issue is how steep will this bottom wick will be. I'm going to be looking for pineapples at 885.2. Weekly close, that's support. Tap that area, right? Not enough. No pineapples here? Not yet. Honestly, I wanted pineapples right here at the 8523. So I'm expecting this to come down again. If it doesn't, great, but I'm expecting it to come down again, or the 15 here to close. Ideally, this comes down to fill the wick and the 15 closes with no bottom wick. Respecting, I mean, just bouncing off of it is not necessarily respecting it. Let's see. Might be forced to wait on the hourly for pineapples. I mean, I'll stay a little extra if we're forced into that. Would you consider respecting closures? Yeah, I want some higher time frame closures, so this 15 will close. Rejecting it, right? It bounced off of it. Let this close here. Let this 5 close. Thing is, this was a lot of bearish momentum, right? Just this big drop. So for the market to turn around, it's going to take a minute. Five minutes closing, 15's closing. I got no positions here, chat. No, well, I'm not adding anything extra yet. Now, if this 5 can break the previous 5 low, I'll think about taking positions here. Although, you know, right here, when this 5 found support here, next 5 went straight up. So, we'll see. I believe a retest of the lows here is highly likely. Key hourly closure. I'm looking for any indication of support to form here. I know we had a closure with no bottom wick on the 5, but that's just a 5. I can't take an entry off this yet. friends. This 4-hour never flips, right? We would expect the next 4-hour to still come up, grab liquidity in those areas. That's why it's still gotta come up here to 1890s. It's gotta come up to 1890, above 1890 areas. Yo, Tenna's in the house. My bad. My bad.
Yo,
What up?
what's up?
Ain't shit. Just some drawdown.
I wanted to ask you what we need to see in the next 5 minutes closures to for confirmations for you that it's going to drive up.
What we need to see?
Yes.
Ideally, we need to see the 1 hour here. Close respecting in 5 minutes. Close respecting this area. Maybe a bottom wick here. Will we get it? Don't know. We've wicked this area a few times now. We want the 1 hour here to close respecting support or with no bottom wick. If it closes respecting support with no bottom wick, even better. 4 hours still never came up and grabbed liquidity. So you got to remember, if this 4 hour close is bearish, next 4 hours is going to come up to break this 4 hour high at 1890 to grab liquidity before driving down.
Yo, what's going on?
We hear you.
What's happening, Janeth?
Not much. I think this is like the first or second time I made it to the Sunday session.
Well, you missed some drawdown.
That's alright, I'm alright with that.
3 minutes here for a closure. Rejection. 2 minutes here. Let's see where we can look for positions below here. All right, let's see how we close here. 5 seconds for the hourly. So the hourly is closing below the most recent, right? It's tough. Close below most recent, but the 5 respected here. Alright. No top wick on this hourly. Was that it for the daily? Never coming back up there? Can't take pineapples here. We respected, right, the support over here on the higher time frame, but we have no indication that the market's turning around yet. It could continue driving. Even though it closed that support, it's still bearish. Alright. Let's see how this 5 reacts here. If it doesn't flip here and closes bullish, then the next 5 bottom wick, we can have positions. I need to see this 5 play through. Because what happened was the hourly opened with no top wick, came straight down, now came up, made a top wick, right? So if it comes back down and holds and reflips up, we should come up. But this 5 needs to close bullish here. At that point, I'll look for a bottom wick here on the next 5 to continue up. So entries here would be ideal. Because for now, this could just be a top wick for this previous 5. Continue down and flip the hourly bearish. Like anything can happen here, right? Let's be patient with this. It's my kid's first day of school tomorrow. I'm over here sitting in drawdown. I need to be getting ready for school. Well, there goes doing that. All right, less than a minute for this 5. Oh, this fucking 5 closed with no top wick too. Maybe that just means there's a lot of momentum. A bottom wick, all we needed was a bottom wick, top wick on this 5, bottom wick on the next one. We'll be in here. So, might still come down. Let's see, the 15 is going to close here. Let's see if we get a bottom wick on the next 15 for some pineapples. Here's the thing though, right? The 4-hour flips at 1890.12. Entry is 88. So from here to the 4-hour flip, you have about 12 pips, right? And then you go break even if you don't get any pineapples. Wait here, 3 minutes here. 15 closes in 3 minutes. We'll look for a bottom wick on the next 15. You can technically even have positions on the 4-hour flip here. But it's just late into the session. If this was like middle of New York session, I'd probably have a buy stop at the 4-hour flip, expecting it to fill the range up to 1899.882. All right, 1 minute here for the 15th to close. All right, chat. Let's see. Bottom wick here on the 15. Yeah, maybe 86.5 area.
That's where I had a pineapple at 1885.73.
85.73. Oh, that's really good. What the hell? Can't see the ruler. I don't know why. Put 13 pips. This is an ugly no fucking top wick here on this. Yeah, you might see an hourly flip here. I don't know if it'll drive, but this could be a top wick for the hourly. An hourly flip and a drive back up is ideal. I'd be looking for a 30 position. So that's not bad. breaking. Chat, I'm gonna take another buy right here. All right. Same stops for now. But I think I'm gonna manage this stop a lot tighter if we do end up breaking down here. Because you might see us still come down, make an hourly flip. I might see another pineapple here. But we'll see. It might happen on the end of the hourly, depending on how we close. I'm expecting this to be the bottom wick on the 15, on the 30, and on the hourly. I'm sorry, on the hourly and on the 4 hour. You might see here is a top wick and then drive down and then another support formed and then a drive up. If you don't, we don't miss the trade. If we do see that, then you'll see a little bit more drawdown, but idea is solid.